Hi and welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we are in the All That Glitters quest, where we still have to find out who in Sasa works with copper, which is weird, and also have to check out the engraving workshop with us, which is our second clue, and the third clue with the guys we already followed so far. But I assume we'll get from the engraving guy, we'll get the last part of that. And I assume we have to lockpick our way into... Oh god, no! You're not a water horse. Oh, this drifting always. Oh. The horse is drifting like crazy. It's just because I can't press and hold B and use the camera at the same time unless I distort my hand in a weird way. Which makes me not being able to control anything at all because I don't pay attention. Perfect. But we are supposed to talk to the engraving master. We could like break and enter there at the smith at his shed. Let's try to talk to his son again because I talked first to his son and then to him. Maybe we have to talk to his son again.
God's sake.
Your father says you don't work any copper.
We don't.
I've heard differently around town. They say your father's bought up all the copper to be had.
Are you calling me a liar? Or my father? You're asking for it, boy.
You're right. It's nothing to me either way.
Right. So clear off.
I mean, beside the fact I'm here on behalf of the Royal Burgrave Sir Radzig Cobbler, investigating a grievous crime against the crown.
What? What are you talking about?
I'd let you read my bill of authority, but I doubt you're educated enough to understand it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. If I'd known, of course I wouldn't. I mean, you understand, don't you?
Stop prattling, for God's sake, and start telling me the truth. What's the story with the copper at your forge?
You're right. We do make copper sheets here at night.
So why all the secrecy about it?
Father forbade me to talk about it. I don't know why. I didn't ask.
Who buys those sheets from you?
I don't know. I've never set eyes on him. Father doesn't like to talk about it.
Your father has some serious explaining to do.
I'm so sorry. If I'd known who you were, I'd never have taken such liberties.
Never mind. You weren't to know who I am. You were just protecting your father's business interests like any good son.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, but his father, on the other hand...
My humble greetings. How may I serve you?
So back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What?
Your son put it quite differently.
What's that? What are you blabbering on about?
Don't be angry with him. I didn't give him any choice.
All right. I suppose there's no point lying. We do make copy sheets here, and I wanted to keep it quiet.
Why?
Pays me good money, and the people I do it for. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of them.
Did they threaten you?
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them, I could say I needed to shut my mouth and do what they wanted.
And did they ever tell you who they were? Do you know where to find them?
I know a little. But show some understanding. There's nothing but trouble in it for me. I'll lose the work and be left looking over my shoulder for some thugs to come and burn down my house. Or worse.
If you lie down with dogs, you shouldn't complain about the fleas.
There's no need for threats. We can both benefit here. If I tell you everything I know, you can help me with a certain small matter. One that'll cover up for my loss of earnings.
You've got a cheek. Not only are you in with the counterfeiter gang, but you lied to me on top of it. You should be on your knees begging for mercy right now, not trying to make a profit.
I didn't know what they were doing.
But now you do know, and you've still got the cheek to try to strike a deal with me. So Radzig's definitely going to be hearing about this.
You're right. I'm sorry, I overstepped the mark. I certainly didn't mean to offend one of Lord Radzig's men. One evening I got a visit from this scruffy beggar calling himself Rapota. He had a yellow cape on and kept whistling to himself. There was a knight with him too, but he didn't give his name. They
Yeshek.
told me what I had to do, how much I'd get for it, and I had to keep my mouth shut.
And where can I find this rapporteur? Or the knight?
I don't know exactly. But I've always left the wagon with the goods behind the monastery, on the hill there, next to a small chapel under a big tree.
Anything else?
No. I swear that's all I know.
Well, that'll do me for now.
How
Young
are you,
man?
Henry?
About that matter I need help with. I'll gladly pay you.
First, tell me what's going on.
I recently tried to buy Master Armourer Otto Rapstim's business for my son Vitus, but that old fool wouldn't listen to reason. He said he couldn't understand his legacy being taken over by a clod like my Vitus. Despite the insult, I doubled my offer, but Master Otto still wouldn't budge.
And what is it you need from me?
I thought I'd show Otto that Vitus isn't such a dolt as he thinks, but for that I need someone experienced in combat.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad. What's your plan?
Otto's busy making a very pretty suit of armor for the bailiff. So I was thinking, if we could show that pretty armor of his is absolutely useless, he'd be disgraced.
And how am I supposed to see to that?
Well, I'd reckon we'd arrange a duel of champions with bludgeons. You'll put on Vitus's armor, and Otto will send his champion in that tin shit of his. You invite the bailiff to watch, and Otto will be made a laughingstock in front of everyone.
But what do I get out of it?
Vitus will let you have the cuirass from his suit of armor, and I'll throw in a few groschen on top.
Sounds good.
And I'm sure a fella like you would be glad to be on good terms with the best armorer for miles around, eh?
That remains to be
Yes.
seen.
But that's Otto.
Do you really think that will work?
Otto's always mouthing off in the alehouse that my young lad isn't worth a damn. Once I show he's just a bitter old bastard spouting hot air, his business will be ruined, and Vitus will reap the reward. What with all the strife in the country these days, there'll be no end of work for a good armourer.
But what if I lose?
Nonsense. How could you? Vitus's armour is light as an eggshell and hard as a rock.
How about if the armour for the bailiff mysteriously went missing?
Jesus Christ. Don't even talk about it. Although, if Otto doesn't agree to the duel, it might be the only option.
Exactly. And if you want to wreck Otter's reputation, not keeping his promise to the bailiff could be even worse for him than your idea.
You're right. Do whatever you think fit then. But if the armour gets lost, don't come to me afterwards.
Hey!
I know
Henry's
nothing
come
about
to
it,
see
right?
us.
Of course.
God be with you.
Ratted is the side quest I just started. Challenge Master Armorer Otto to a bludgeon duel or steal the bailiff's armor from Otto's workshop. Maybe I want to side with the other guy though. This marker is making me crazy. We're gonna do that later. Did we get for our quest, did we get another quest marker to go up there? No. So the only thing is to go to the engraving workshop where I've been already. This is where my father sent the sword hilt to be engraved. He, I now understand that he only had it engraved here and not made completely here. And also the crown for Lady Stephanie was made here by the same Master
God
Jerome.
almighty, has something happened to you?
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
What are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used for?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone, which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague, or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high, or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
Yeah, I know.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest, as though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
I have a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course. About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you. Does Florian have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
Ah, okay.
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bathmaid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing at the bathhouse.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll leave you to your work.
See you later.
Everybody's commenting on how battered up I look. I could also go look at his chest, but I don't know which of the chests is Florian's. I could go like around here and look inside. That's not Florian's. This one. That's not Florian's chest. Might be upstairs with him, but I know that they have like a two-part thing going on, where from his side he can't look over here. I looked at this during my waiting for the crown to be completed, like this one might be it. Okay. He doesn't even have anything in here. Assume that's not his chest. This one? This chest has a few groschen. Okay. He normally isn't interested in me standing behind him and doesn't turn around, so can do just stuff like this, but then don't screw up too much. Yeah. Engraver's documents. Suspicious sketches found. Must be on this quest item. Engraver's documents with E. Yeah. He's counterfeiting coin. Okay. This will give me an edge on him if I want to make him tell me stuff. First, let's go to the baths, which are right around the corner, if I can go out of this little courtyard, at least. Over there. That are directly the baths here. No. Baths normally also have a tent, that's why I thought that. Madam at the baths is on the other side. But the baths should have a thing where I can wash myself after riding through the river on accident and falling from the horse on accident. Oh, they might not have a normal water trough. Ah, they do. Way better. charisma is back up to 20. It was down to 14, which is ridiculous.
Good day.
I hear you're at odds with apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sod's fault they took my Esther.
Oh.
Poor girl. I shudder to think what's become of her.
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so I sent her in to him. And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the tent and shoving her into a boat.
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly has it got to do with Florian?
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up, he'll get the girl back.
I assume that Florian knows this, Esther.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain, and if they don't, they're relatives. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
Yeah.
Where can I find this Florian? I'd like to ask him a few questions.
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery craftsman's yard. And if he's not there, he'll be holed up like the rat he is in the cellar he rents from the baker. He's afraid of me, for sure.
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say what. I told him everything, but he says he won't do nothing about it.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor girl.
It sounds like you were close to Esther.
I loved her like my very own. She came to me as an orphan, like a wolf child she was. I raised her and taught her and gave her a job, and now she's gone. Who knows if she's even alive?
I won't use the bathhouse services. I want to see what she sells. Vitality skill books. Yeah, I'm max level already. That would have been candy to know. I normally don't go to the baths. I never went to the baths. I have no idea why. I tried it once but didn't find anyone to really interact with. Okay, he's... What the fuck is wrong with you?
Goof. That's my boy. Look what I've got.
You get another sausage before they spoil. Did he run away last episode and I did forget about it? No. Obedience looks good. Why was he so loud? No idea. This is where he's supposed to live. Wow. Here's a cozy little place.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rappator mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dies for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
It's got something to do with that girl, hasn't it?
How do you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, I suppose not. I didn't want to get involved, I swear. Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
Oh, I can do different stuff to talk him out of it. blackmail him with the evidence, or just
Very well.
save his girl?
I'll bring back your Esther.
Really?
Yes, but then you have to tell me everything.
I will. I swear to God Almighty. Please, just bring her back to me. Nothing else matters.
Where are
Damsel
they
in distress.
In the Skalitz Hills. There are some abandoned cottages around the mines. That's where I saw her last. They took me there when I said they had to let me speak to her.
All right. I'll go there and try and think of something.
You're my savior.
Don't get your hopes up. Anything could happen.
Goodbye.
Okay, game that's safe. And we'll go for the Damsel in Distress quest. It's west of here? That's weird. No, north of here. The blue one must be it. Yeah. From Summerpesh or from Rovna? Oh, it's such a hassle to reach that corner of the map. I'm gonna fast travel to Samop. I'm just gonna travel on my own. It's faster than fast traveling and then going the weird way. So I'll see you when I'll reach that girl and free her. Just riding by Ulrich to see if something happened here, if I can talk to him already. Nope. Okay. Horse, go past all that rubble so that I don't lose my head on the thing. And continue. And we already arrived at the place where I'm supposed to look for them. There's a camp over there. So I assume it's just one of the marked camps, but might be an unmarked camp, but that's where I'm going now. Some cottages by the mines, so might as well be this one. This might as well be one camp that we saw during one of the Return to Scarlet's quests. So I'm not entirely certain. Find the place where she's held. Are you?
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. God.
That rush worked.
My prayers, just when I want.
Wrong button. Sometimes when I'm surprised by them clinching me, I press the block button instead of the attack button.
To help. Raise the alarm! Watch out! Hey! All of you, gather here! Raise the alarm!
Come on. He can do his fucking combo, but I can't. This is a serious problem all of a sudden. Wow. Why is this such a serious problem all of a sudden? These are like little fucking brigands.
Oh dear, did that hurt?
Fucking dog! Okay, this dog you deserve. This one's the dog deserved this fully. Wow. So the fucking dog walks. If he does know that the dog does know that I'm trying to kill that guy, and then he walks straight in front of my face where I can't see him because I have the thing on. No, drink it. Bleeding is cured, we can now talk to Esther. Fucking kidding me. Fucking kidding me with a Can I please go into the camp? No wonder that they came. So, not all at once, but in like a pattern where they were a bit stretched. I think this is the one.
Please.
They won't hurt you now.
However did you find me?
Florian told me where they took you.
I'm a fool. I thought he was just a dandy, God knows why. And it turns out he's a villain in league with thieves. And a coward too. This whole time he knew where I was.
It's not Florian's fault. He was terrified they'd do something to you. They had him over a barrel.
You're right. Poor Florian must have been more scared than me.
I'd say so.
We should probably set off.
I'll go with you. I'd hate to lose you on the way.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. So, yeah. Okay, that fight didn't go very well because I was having troubles again. The fighting system against multiple enemies is still a bit bullshit, but the problem is the enemy starts a combo and I start a combo at the same time, and if that's the case, it's always my combo that's interrupted. And it's not the stats. They can't have better stats than me because I'm maximum level with everything that I use. So, yeah. And because this is a no time use fast travel, we didn't even heal.
Hey!
And for that reason, I'm also taking a Lazarus potion.
It came from over here.
She heard something over there. Fucking kidding me. Didn't someone just stand there? I'm always searching for that yellow cape guy. If I see him on the road, just
Welcome,
normal.
Henry. I'm honored that you should come to me.
I found that Esther of yours.
I know. Back already. How can I ever thank you?
By telling me all about the goings-on with Rapita.
They found me in the tavern one evening, caught me when I went to the ship pile. They started to badger me about working for them.
They?
Yes, Rapita. And a knight they called Sir Jezek.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke. But then they took Esther.
Where will I find Rapita?
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, buying supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work tomorrow, you hear?
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides, your master will surely be glad to see you.
I have my doubts.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At first, I took it for a bad joke. And then, when they snatched Esther, there was nothing to be done.
I suppose I'd better go. I'd hate the bastard to get away.
Good luck, and thanks for the help. Goodbye.
Okay. He will be nearby. Trying to see that I have my potions working for me. I'm taking another marigold decoction for it to work faster. It only works for 30 seconds, so I'm waiting for Florian to maybe leave. Wait. Okay. The thing is not on the map, so I have to see him. That guy.
Are you Rapita by any chance?
Pardon me? Do we know each other?
No, but I'm hoping to change that.
Well, I don't have much time right now. I'd best be off.
It'll only take a moment.
All right then. What do you want?
I know that you spy on Florian. I know you were involved in the kidnapping of the bathmaid, and I know why you're doing it all.
It seems there's no point making excuses.
None. Now tell me where their workshop is.
Of course, of course. That will be the best solution.
So?
Let's leave it for another time.
He runs. he does run again. Won't he be out of stamina in a second? Like before me? Was that enough to fix your stamina problems?
No, I give up.
So, are you ready to talk?
I will. Just don't hurt me, please. What do you want from me?
Tell me where the workshop is. Don't worry. Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both going to have too many other problems.
It's in the Skullet's mines.
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
On the eastern side of Skullet's Hill, there's an abandoned mine gallery. Well, it used to be abandoned. Now there's a small camp in front of it, and the workshop is inside.
Who is your lord?
Sir Jezek of Ronov. That's what he calls himself, although Ronov Castle's long gone.
What happened to it?
Ronov used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave Jobst, and he had it pulled down. He knew full well that Vincent's vassals would resist him.
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, the king can confer his estate on whoever he pleases.
But Vincent had descendants. Ronov only fell to the Margrave because he declared them all illegitimate. All because Vincent had refused to fight for him against Sir Prokop. Sir Jezek led a revolt of the vassals, but Jobst rounded them all up. Only Sir Jezek got away. Since then, he's become the scourge of the domain.
Who are you, anyway?
They call me Rapota. I used to be the executioner's henchman in Brno.
And how did you come to be serving Sir Jezek?
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone, better Sir Jezek than the executioner.
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step up in the world? Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about that. You'll be lucky if you don't end up swinging on the gallows.
It's all the same anyway now. I've betrayed him.
So who's Sir Jezek working for? Don't tell me you just took it into his head one day to start forging coins.
That's not for me to know. Sir Jezek was on speaking terms with various lordships.
Such as?
We were often guests at the monastery, but I slept in the hayloft, so I heard nothing.
And apart from that?
In the camp, you'd occasionally see a Hungarian nobleman, but I don't know what he was doing there, or who he is.
I think I've heard enough.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
I don't want to hang. It's a horrible death. I prefer you just kill me here and now.
An honourable death? No chance. It's the dungeons for you, and the sort of punishment a counterfeiter deserves. Don't worry. In time, you'll be glad of the gallows.
Yeah, especially since I want to give him the punishment, the real punishment that he deserves. Not for the counterfeiting, although Henry mentioned that. So Henry had a bigger problem with the counterfeiting than me, apparently. But the kidnapping of the girl. He kidnapped the girl and pressed the guy to counterfeit coin. Not for some ulterior motives, to gain money. And for his liege lord, apparently. But we got a new horsemanship perk. Of course I'm gonna take one. What will the last one be? We have Dreadsteed or Rider in the Storm. Shy less in storms, but skittish in storms. Outside of storms and skittish in storms. If your horse is wounded, it will run faster. Yes, of course. That's good. If someone shoots at me with arrows, I'll be getting away faster. That's great. So, we're gonna be saving our game here. Gonna be saving our game here, and we had like a suggestion. We'll do that. Reddit will do after all that glitters. We could secure Ulrich's help or find the entrance to the mineshaft in the Scarlet Sills for all that glitters quest. So, change of plans. What we're gonna do next episode is Reddit, because it's just I challenge him to a duel, I win, the end, or I convince him that I fight for him, I challenge the other one in a duel, I win the end. So that's how the quest goes. That should be done in like 5 minutes, and then we're continuing with all that glisters. So, have a nice day. See you tomorrow.